I bet 99% of people still don't know how to cook salmon the right way. Hello, I'm Tracy. Do you usually place your salmon straight into the pan like this every time you cook it? Wait a moment, and look at this. The result is that it sticks to the pan, falls apart, and doesn't look appetizing at all. From now on, you don't have to worry, because in today's video, I will show you how to fix the common mistakes you often make when cooking salmon and guide you on how to cook salmon the right way, so you can get a piece of salmon that is delicious and stays intact. Let's get started. First, you need to prepare the salmon properly. Many people have the habit of taking the salmon straight from the package and putting it right into the pan. In fact, this is completely wrong because the salmon is still moist and wet at this point. If you cook it right away, that moisture will turn into steam in the pan, making the fish smell stronger and preventing it from becoming crispy. Instead, dry the surface first by using a paper towel to gently pat the salmon dry on all sides. This simple step helps remove excess moisture, reduce any unpleasant smell, and allows the surface of the fish to cook evenly. You will notice a big difference in how the fish cooks. Next, season the salmon with a little salt about 10 minutes before cooking. Make sure to rub it evenly on all sides. Then let it rest during this time. The salt will draw out some moisture from the fish and help bring out its natural umami flavor. After that, gently pat the salmon dry once more before placing it into the pan. I learned this method from Japanese cooking, and it is very effective for controlling moisture and keeping the flavor fresh and balanced. Next, take a look at the skin side of the salmon. You can make 1 or 2 very shallow cuts on the skin. Don't cut too deep, just enough to help the skin relax. This helps prevent the skin from shrinking or curling when it comes into contact with heat, and helps the fish cook more evenly. Then place the pan on the stove over medium heat and let it heat up gradually. Once the pan is hot, add a little cooking oil and gently spread it to coat the entire surface. This creates a thin layer that helps prevent sticking. This method is very effective no matter what type of pan you use, and remember to always follow this principle. Now that the pan is ready, you can place the salmon into the pan. However, you also need to pay attention at this step. A very common mistake is placing the flesh side down first. When you do that, the moisture inside the fish is released too early, making it easy to stick and causing the surface to break apart. This also prevents the fish from developing a good texture. Instead, gently place the salmon skin side down over medium heat. You can lightly press the salmon for a few seconds to make sure the skin fully contacts the pan. Don't rush to place the flesh side down. Hold it the way I'm holding it for about 4 to 5 seconds, then release. Starting with the skin side helps keep the moisture and natural fat inside, keeping the fish tender and juicy. At the same time, the skin has a chance to become nicely crisp. And once the salmon has been placed in the right position, the next step is also where many people make mistakes without even realizing it. A common mistake is trying to move or flip the fish too soon. At this stage, the surface of the fish is still soft and hasn't fully set yet. If you touch it or try to lift it early, it will stick to the pan and easily tear, especially the skin. Instead, the best thing you can do is simply leave it alone. Let it cook without moving it. As the surface sets and the skin becomes crisp, the salmon will naturally release from the pan. And when you see the fish lift off the pan on its own, that's the sign it's ready to be flipped. Gently use a utensil to flip it, and you will see that it turns easily without sticking or breaking apart. Now, after flipping the salmon, the next thing you need to pay close attention to is the heat. A common mistake is turning the heat too high to cook the fish faster. It may seem like a good idea, but high heat will push the moisture out too quickly, leaving the salmon dry and less flavorful. The outside may look done, but the inside will lose its natural richness. Instead, keep the heat at a gentle medium level and let the salmon cook slowly. This allows the natural fat to stay inside the fish, helping it remain soft, tender, and juicy. You'll also get a more even cook from edge to center. Salmon is one of those ingredients that really benefits from patience. When you slow things down and control the heat properly, the result will be much more balanced and enjoyable. And once your salmon is almost done, this is the perfect time to think about adding flavor. A common mistake is adding butter or seasonings while the pan is still on the heat. When the temperature is too high, the butter can burn quickly and the seasonings may lose their aroma or even taste bitter. Instead, turn off the heat first and let the residual warmth of the pan do the work. Then add a small piece of butter and let it gently melt. You can also add a few drops of soy sauce to enhance the flavor and bring out a deeper aroma. Spoon the melted butter over the salmon, letting it coat the surface. This simple step adds a beautiful shine, a rich taste, and a soft, inviting aroma to the final dish. And just like that, you have a perfectly finished piece of salmon, flavorful, golden crispy, and not falling apart. This is what you get when everything is done the right way. The salmon comes out beautifully cooked with a perfectly crisp skin that lightly crackles when you cut into it. The flesh inside stays soft, tender, and juicy, and it flakes apart easily without breaking or falling apart. Each bite feels moist and full of natural flavor. To finish, you can add a few drops of fresh lemon juice on top. It brings a light brightness that balances the richness of the fish and makes the flavor even more enjoyable. The final dish looks clean, well-shaped, and very appetizing, just like something you would expect from a restaurant, but made right in your own kitchen with simple steps. And to help you understand why these small steps matter so much, let's take a look at what happens when things don't go well. This is a piece I failed because of the mistakes mentioned above. If the technique is not right, the salmon will quickly become dry and tough, losing the soft, juicy texture we're looking for. The flesh becomes hard to flake, and it may even break apart and not stay intact. At the same time, the skin may look cooked on the outside, but instead of being crisp, it stays soft and slightly chewy. This result can be disappointing, especially after spending time cooking. But try adjusting it the way I showed you, and you'll get a piece of salmon that's flavorful and perfectly intact like this. And as you can see, you don't need complicated techniques to cook delicious salmon. Just a little care in preparation and proper heat control can make all the difference. If you have any leftover salmon, you can easily turn it into a simple and tasty meal. Flake the salmon over a nicely shaped portion of hot rice and add a little soy sauce on top. This dish is light, flavorful, and a great way to make the most of the salmon's natural taste. And that's how you can cook salmon that is tender, juicy, and perfectly crisp every time. With just a few simple steps, you can avoid common mistakes and get much better results at home. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more easy cooking tips. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.